You already know what time it is, man. The young GOAT in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Hill Heat Podcast.
What's up, guys? It's Wolverine, Death Machine, Mr. GMSI himself, Brian Cage, and you're watching True Hill Heat. Who better? Nobody.
This is the knockout artist, Chris Hero, and if you're looking for some true heel heat, you better listen to them boys.
Yo, what up? You know what it is. It's your boy AJ Francis reporting to you live from New York City, the birthplace of hip-hop. And I'm telling you that I'm only tuned in with True Heel Heat Wrestling. Holla at me.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for NJPW Dominion 2024 preview. Breaking down this Sunday show from Osaka Joe Hall, New Japan Pro Wrestling's biggest show of the summer, Dominion. I got at least 6 matches already announced and confirmed for this Sunday. So you know the deal. We are here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel to preview the big show, give you our predictions for this Sunday show, and of course, to do that, to talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling, I am joined by the MC of the past, present, and future of NJPW. He is the one and only J-News. Japan is here. How you doing, J-News?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm moving around today. It's been one of those wild-ass mornings for me. But I'm here with SP3. I think SP3 is halfway frozen. I don't know how the internet service is going over there in the UK. But gladly here on a Monday afternoon, talking Dominion with the one and only True Heel Phenom SP3. Your good brother J-News. We're back at it again. Going to talk some of this Dominion stuff, break down the card, give you some updates on the Best of Super Juniors 31 and as to where that's at and where the final has landed. And yeah, let's get the show on the road, folks. Let's get the show on the road.
As always, if you appreciate the content, you like what we do here at the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, you know what to do. You can drop the thumbs up on the video. You can share the video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you, hear your thoughts on this Sunday show and your predictions for NJPW Dominion, as well as the finals of the Best of Super Juniors tournament You know the deal. Hit sound off in the live chat. We'll highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the supporters, the people that you see on screen with us here, all our contributors. It goes back to them. So we always appreciate the support. But yes, this Sunday's big show. We got championship matches already announced. We got the Best of Super Junior final. J-News, what have you thought so far about the Best of Super Juniors? I know you did not see the semifinals, but the tournament overall leading up to this Sunday.
Not my favorite, I'll say, out of what's been going down. I can commend the storytelling aspect of how everything broke down throughout the tournament. That was solid throughout. I think as a fan, knowing that the Best of Super Junior tournament wasn't going to have a new winner right this year necessarily, in the sense of like people were not used to seeing on a regular basis, right? So you know, that to me was, I don't know, I guess I'm just so used to like just the newer guys in New Japan and stuff like that, and not having the newer class of juniors there due to injury, obviously, was a little bit of a letdown. But overall, I think it was a solid tournament. Obviously, with the finals breaking down the way that it did, as people who watch us on a regular basis know, we are fans, huge fans of one of the gentlemen who is in the finals. So we will be rooting for him to win this particular finals, and hopefully he finally gets his Best of Super Junior win, and he can walk on from there. But overall, it was solid, man. I can't say anything bad about the tournament itself overall. I gotta get to watching the semifinals for today once I'm done with work for the rest of the day. But yeah, man, solid so far. What about you? What do you think about how the tournament broke down so far?
We got to the midway point of this year's tournament, and I was like, man, I really miss Speedball Mike Bailey and Leo Rush. That's where I was at. You talking about all the new guys, you know, the Yos, the Master Wados, who, you know, were not in the tournament because of injury. But I think this tournament missed like the guys from outside of New Japan who added to the tournament last year, where I thought it was one of the best of Super Juniors tournaments ever. The lack of those guys were very noticeable, like halfway through this tournament.
I feel you, man. I feel you. I mean, I think we were all. Let me not speak for everybody. For most of us out there, a lot of us were rooting for a Leo Rush, for an Ali to be a part of this particular Super Junior tournament, but things didn't break that way. Speedball Mike Bailey is always a hell of a lot of fun in the ring. He had a great match with Megan Bain just yesterday in the GCW show. So props to Mike Bailey doing that. So yeah, man. You know, combined with what you said and on top of everything that I just said, you know, just missing the younger guys, the younger crop of juniors that are New Japan proper. Yeah, man, the tournament just lacked in that particular regard from a, you know, wrestler standpoint. But like I said, solid, nothing too great. But at the end of the day, we are where we are.
Yes, we are where we are. We made it to the end. I will say, to give you, you know, something to look forward to when you're all working, you're able to sit down, turn on the NJPW World app. The semifinals was great. Both matches delivered in a big way. I would say TJP and Ishimori was one of the best matches of the entire tournament. And Doki and El Desperado told a very good story. So it ended off with the semifinals being very well. And I thought that, you know, there was a bunch of matches that I absolutely loved in the tournament, like Hiromu Takahashi versus Robbie Eagles was one of my favorite matches of the tournament. El Desperado and Kosei Fujita in Kurgan Hall, they tore it up there. But it was just like too many nights, too many shows of 3-star match after 3-star match after 3-star match. And it just was like the bar was very much lowered throughout the tournament. I think that was the biggest issue. Why no one will say the tournament was bad,
right,
but it wasn't as great as last year. We got spoiled last year.
Yeah, that's why I said it was solid, dude. Because at the end of the day, it's like I don't know, man. Our expectations are so high when it comes to this tournament after the last decade or so. It's a whirlwind. I think it's a combination of a lot of different things going on in the wrestling zeitgeist right now. So yeah. I feel like with the high expectations that New Japan fans have of the tournament itself, and then the lack of specific wrestlers being in the tournament and things of that nature, and like you said, the bar not necessarily being elevated throughout the tournament, right? It was consistent, it was solid, but it wasn't fantastic, at the end of the day. So outside of what you were saying about the semifinals, which I have to watch myself, I guess there isn't really much else to report about the tournament this year.
Well, I do want you to let the people know give them like 3 or 4 matches from the tournament that stood out to you, because I'm going to go check if I can move this modem closer to me. My connection is unstable. All right, hold on. Let the people know.
You actually mentioned this is hilarious. He goes to check for the modem, and there's a freaking picture of Juice Robinson here. Anyways, as SP3 mentioned, Kosei Fujita versus Despy was a match that I thought was really, really dope and entertaining. I gotta go back and watch a lot of what's transpired. I know TJP did a lot of good work, so TJP for me is like more or less like an MVP of the tournament if we had to name one. But as for the other matches, like, yeah, the ones that stood out the most, Dunstan, to your point, man, Fujita was a strong breakout star for the tournament for sure. From the outset, from his first match, from the first match to the second match, like how much buzz he was getting just online, just on like Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that or whatever. I felt like, man, this is his star making moment. But the fact that the matches weren't at a very high caliber level kind of, took it down a notch from that particular regard. But the only match that I can really name is Despy versus Fujita. Outside of everything else, like I said, it was solid. It wasn't great. I can't necessarily say, go watch anything else. So that's just me.
That's fair. I don't know if you've seen Hiromu versus Robbie Eagles. That was a tremendous. I think that was if it wasn't last week, it was the week before. But yeah. I thought that was one of the best matches of the tournament. Told a really good story, and it affected Hiromu the rest of the tournament with the bad wheel after Robbie Eagles worked over his knee, and that cost him in his final B block matchup against Taiji Ishimori.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the storytelling I thought was solid throughout the tournament, so they did a good job with that. Shitting on Hayata throughout the entire tournament, bro. Like, yo. Like, why even have him there, bro? Like, why even have him there?
Hey, he made it to the final night. He had an opportunity to make it to the semifinals. No one believed he would beat El Desperado to make it to the semifinals, but he had a chance. He had a shot.
Oh man, and Dragon Dia, man, how bad do people not feel for Dragon Dia? Like, the dude couldn't even get off a win. Like, what's going on, dog? Like,
he got a win. He got a win on the final night against Kushida. I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, when I saw the lineup and I saw Dragon Dia had 0 wins, and I was like, oh, he's versus Kushida. I was like, oh, Kushida's gonna be a big win.
With how strong Kushida started the tournament to then get a loss against the guy who only had no wins.
No wins.
Oh man!
Of course, that's how they do our guy Kushida. Kushida can never catch a break. He can never catch a break. He was going so well too. He was doing so well, like you said. He was what he started 4-0 or something like that.
Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah. He beat Hiromu. He beat the IWGP Junior Champion Show, and then loses to Dragon Dia on the final night.
I said, listen, man. I guess he did. He rode the wrong side of the momentum wave. Is what happened there. So.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. But yes, sound off in the live chat. Give us the rest of your thoughts on the Best of Super Juniors tournament from this year. Dustin says, tournament wasn't bad, but I just felt off. Yes, I agree with that. We also got Dustin, like you said before, who says Fujita was a strong breakout star for the tournament. Frantic World says, what's up, SP3, J-News, and chat? Good to see you in the chat, Frantic World. And Dustin says there wasn't a lot of must-see matches compared to previous years. Yeah, I would say it's Fujita versus Desperado, Hiromu versus Robbie, Doki versus Hiromu was really good as well. And then the semifinals. So it's like 5 matches. At what? How many matches in the tournament? Like 30 or something?
Yeah, lots of them.
Lots and lots. Like my daughter says, lots and lots. But we got a bunch of people in the chat. Keep sounding off. Send those super chat donations as we talk about this Sunday show, NJPW Dominion 2024. What is your buzz level, 0 to 10, for this Sunday show?
It's interesting, because I don't know, man. My buzz level hasn't been very high for this. I mean, outside of 2 specific matches that you posted about earlier, the overall show so far, yeah, I'm with Dunstan, son. I'm at a 6 right now because it's like the buzz ain't high for me right now on Dominion. And Dominion's usually it's the second big. It's supposed to be the second biggest show of the year. So it's not the hype level is not very high as of right now.
All right. Well, I see my picture is totally horrible right now, so I'm gonna try to get out of here and then come back in. J-News, hold down the fort for like 2 minutes. All right.
All right. So I'm looking down. I'm holding it down for SP3 for the time being, folks. Little bit of news here. If folks weren't aware, sometime last week, New Japan Pro Wrestling put out a statement basically saying that Sonata is healthy and ready to go, so he should be back in action soon. So I just wanted to put that out there because I've been shooting with Sonata since day 1 in the gym. So that's that. To Frantic World's point, the main event with Evil and Mox, now it being a lumberjack match, which I thought was a bit too gimmicky. The hype level isn't necessarily too high for me. Happy birthday shout out to Chris Leclerc. He's 36 today, by the way. So there's that. What else do we have so far that we know about? We got Hanare versus Shingo. That should be a banger. And then Ishii versus Jeff Cobb. That should be a banger as well. So me and SP3 will break those matches down going forward. And yeah, man, that's where my those are the matches that I'm paying attention to. As per Dominion for right now. They also did some sort of an announcement for the King of Pro Wrestling match, whatever the stipulation or the stipulation for the King of Pro Wrestling match between Yuya Uemura and the Great Okan is something akin to Pure Rules, if I'm not mistaken. So me and SP3 will break that down in just a few minutes. But they did lay out the stipulation for that. Let me see if I can read this proper for you guys while I'm here. Just so that, oh, really? All right, there we go. Great Okan, Yuya Uemura. We present the rules here. Negative. So 2 catch rules, variants set for Osaka Joe Hall.
How do I look now?
Let me see. Better, but it's the I think it's just more or less your connection more than anything else.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what room I'm in. It's just gonna be like this. But hey, we'll make it through. We'll make it through as long as you can hear me. That's the best part.
I got you.
But yes, we'll start off. I heard you talking about the KOPW Provisional Championship. What do you think about the rules that have been chosen by the two participants, and which rules do you think is going to be for the matchup?
From what I read this morning, it's like akin to pure rules. I was saying that earlier. Something about you only get 2 rope breaks. It's a 15-minute time limit. And yeah, let me see what else we got here. The storm catch rules match. The fans already voted under this ruling. Let me see if they get this. Under these rules, there will be a 15-minute time limit, and rope breaks or leaving the ring will be limited to twice, after which a rope break will constitute as a disqualification. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, akin to pure rules in ROH. So I think that it should be a cool match. There's no striking, I think, involved in this match as well. I was reading that earlier as well, so I'm not too sure how that's going to play out. But we'll see. You know, Okan being adept to many different styles of martial arts and his background in amateur wrestling. Uemura also has a background in amateur wrestling as well. So we will see hold for hold, I guess, how long this match goes and who comes out the victor. But it should be interesting, I think. It plays more into the wrestling aspect of anything else. And yeah, that's my process there.
Who do you think wins? I'm gonna go with Uemura.
Yeah. I think Yu should be able to keep the championship here and retain. This is their 3rd match, I think. So I don't feel like Great Okan should be winning against one of the younger guys who's supposed to be streamlined into the main event scene. So that's just my thought process of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Uemura to retain. I didn't see in the chat a couple of people are assuming this is gonna happen at the show, like Dustin here, who says Shingo Hanare, Best of Super Junior final and Junior Tag title match are the only exciting matches. The Junior Tag Team title match has not really been confirmed as of yet for Dominion, but most people are assuming that that's going to happen, as it's going to be as it was in the tournament. We saw Fujita and Robbie Eagles score wins over Clark Connors and Jolo Malone, respectively, in their blocks. So a lot of people believe after this morning with the semifinals, which saw TMDK pull off a quick win in 6-man tag team action over the Bullet Club War Dogs, that we're going to get the War Dogs of Connors and Maloney versus Fujita and Robbie Eagles for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Who do you think takes that one, TMDK or Bullet Club War Dogs?
That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I don't know, man. I'm kind of split on this. I'm on the fence about this, really. I'll take the champs just for the sake of for right now, because I you know me, I'm not big on hot potatoing belts, so I'll go for the Bullet Club War Dogs for the retention here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. No, I'm actually gonna go with TMDK. I'm gonna go with Fujita and Robbie Eagles. You got to capitalize when someone has momentum like Fujita gained in the Best of Super Juniors tournament. He really had the breakout performance of the entire tournament. I think you have to capitalize on that. And I would love for TMDK to get all this gold at Dominion, which is forcing Zack Sabre Jr.'s hand to get some gold of his own and go after the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, makes good enough sense. But like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like there's not much. I don't feel like the whole hot potato thing is always that thing's always been kind of like a letdown for me. So I'll go with the champs. I'll go with my dogs for real, and we'll see how it goes from there.
We shall see. We shall see. Well, we got another match that has been confirmed for the this Sunday show, NJPW Dominion 2024. Speaking of TMDK, they will put up their NJPW Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships up against the IWGP Tag Team Championships, currently held by the Bullet Club's Kenta and Chase Owens, and they will defend it in a four-way tornado elimination matchup against former champions Bishamon as well as the G.O.D, El Phantasmo, and Hikuleo. These teams, all four of these teams have kind of been in the tag team title scene, whether it be IWGP or NJPW Strong, for over the past year, and it all culminates at Dominion in this four-way tornado elimination matchup. It should be crazy. It should be wild, but one team will walk out with all the heavyweight tag team gold in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Who will that team be, J-News?
Your guess is as good as mine. The reason as to why I say that is because and I'm not gonna say this is a bad thing, right? I say it where I just don't know, because I don't necessarily know what's going on with Hikuleo and ELP. Bishimon's Bishimon. We both hate the fact that Kenta and Chase Owens are the champions currently. The hot potatoing of the freaking belts off of TMDK. Not a fan of that. They deserve their run. If I've got to pick as a fan who wins this match, it is TMDK. That is what I'm going with here. So yeah, I'm gonna land on that side of things.
We got I supposedly love Chase and Kenta as champions. Yes, I love that, and I love that in all of Gato's booking and the House of Torture. Yeah, of course, the House of Torture as well. But yes, I'm gonna go with TMDK. I gotta go with TMDK. They've been my pick to be the team that they build this tag team division around ever since Aussie Open left the division. It really feels like it's Shane Hayes and Mikey Nichols' time for New Japan to get behind them. So I'm hoping they win. Of course, I got a soft spot for Hikuleo and ELP, but man, they took the titles off of them way too fast at the beginning of this year. So I can't go full-heartedly for G.O.D, so I'll go with TMDK here.
There you go. There we have it.
Frantic World says he's also going for TMDK. We also got Big Man Dogs, who says Zack Sabre Jr. is winning the IWGP title right after Jay White wins the AEW title. So never.
Wow. That's just a smack in the face, by the way. Not appreciating that at all. I feel like Zack Sabre Jr. will win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship somewhere down the road. And believe it or not, Big Man Dogs, Jay White will eventually be an AEW champion.
One day. I mean, I think that Zack Sabre will get to the IWGP gold before Jay White gets to the AEW.
I agree with. But by hook or by crook, Jay White will be AEW champion maybe for like a month, somewhere in between, where he wins that belt by some sort of shenanigans, and then he'll drop it for whatever sake it is. So yeah,
almost immediately. Yes. Justin said this tag division is not exciting. That is to say the least, Justin. Dustin, that is to say the least. We also got Big Red Dog says, I'm mostly joking, but also
exactly. Not. We get it, brother. We get it. We understand, man. We're with you. We're with you.
We also got Alex Paul, who says TMDK should win and Hikuleo should leave, so we can get rid of Dave Finley, Solo Sikoa as the Bullet Club, as the Bloodline leader when Jacob comes in. I'm done that he's comparing David Finley to Solo Sikoa, saying that they're the same type of leaders of their faction.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, sir. No, sir. No.
You're not going to do that to the tribal heir?
Nope.
Not going to do that to the tribal heir?
I'm not doing that to Solo. There ain't no way I'm doing that to Solo, man. At least Solo's believably scary at points in time. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
At least Solo's believably scary at times.
That is true.
You know, so
I'll
that's
give you that.
that's all I got. And people are enjoying and loving the level of wrestling that Tonga Loa is giving them on SmackDown, baby. Yeah, baby. They know what we know, baby. They know what we know, and that is how it's all coming down the pike. Yeah. Love Tonga Loa, man.
So I saw mad people complimenting Tonga Loa on that matchup with the Street Profits, and I was like, it was all right.
It was
fine.
cool. It was cool.
I didn't think it was good.
Yeah,
I can't say it was good. I can't say it was great. Like, it was all right. It was fine. It was fine. Yeah.
Hey, man.
That's it. We got Alex Val who says Solo is worse than David. At least David has great matches, where Solo sounds like Stevie from the Malcolm in the Middle. Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely a wow.
That's a deep cut. Is Stevie Malcolm's black friend?
Oh wow. Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go there. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways.
Deep cut right there. Yes, I was right. Yes, Stevie's the black friend with the breathing problem. Oh, Jesus. Big Doug says wait until he pulls out the 619 at WrestleMania 41. Yup. Him and Roman still in the show. Still in the show.
Jesus.
Frantic Girl says WWE fans don't know how he was in New Japan. Tonga Loa, yes. Oh yeah, he's talking about Tonga Loa.
Yeah, Tonga Loa. 619.
Yeah. I try to forget that. I try to burn that from my memory. So who did you Wanda? Did you pick TMDK as well in the tag team?
I picked TMDK. Yes, I did.
All right, so we're in agreement there.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, NJPW World Television Championship up for grabs. Jeff Cobb will make I believe this is his second defense of the title since winning the championship in Dontaku against Zack Sabre Jr. He defended against Lance Archer. Following his win against Lance Archer at Resurgence, it was Tomohiro Ishii who stepped up to the plate. Ishii then scored a huge tag team victory over Jeff Cobb at All Together in tag team action. And now, one-on-one, Jeff Cobb, Tomohiro Ishii. These two guys have tore it up in the G1 Climax in the past. Who wins here?
I've got Suplex member, the one and only Jeff Cobb for the win here. It should be a banger at the end of the day. And I feel like we will get a classic Tomohiro Ishii match out of this match in Dominion. We know we don't have too many of them left, but you know, this should be a good one. This should be a good one.
Absolutely agree with you there. I'm looking forward to this match more than probably every other match. I think that this has the highest ceiling of any match on this card, that I could potentially see this match being a 5-star matchup. The last time Ishii got a shot at the TV title, it was one of my favorite matches of last year from New Beginning. Him and Zack Sabre Jr. having a great matchup that Dave Meltzer underrated. I gave it a better star rating. I gave it 4 3/4 stars. That match, I think this has that type of bar to it. It should be excellent. But yes, I agree. Jeff Cobb pulls off the victory. And I hope that Jeff Cobb gets the opportunity to defend the TV title at Forbidden Door.
I mean, you know, the world wants Jeff Cobb versus Samoa Joe. The world wants it. I'm not too sure if he'll get it, but that's what the world wants. So I don't agree with Big Man Dogs here. Ishii will not win this match because I don't feel like they have been throwing the belt around, to be quite honest, or whatever. They were just trying to course correct with that. But
yeah,
you know,
they wanted to try something with Matt Riddle. That didn't work out, so they put the title back on Zach so he could transition it to Jeff.
Yeah. I think that was just a course correction for them in that particular estimation there. Who the AEW situation with the TNT belt? There's a tournament going on for that, right?
Not a tournament. There's qualifying matches for a ladder match at Forbidden
At
Door
Forbidden
that will
Door.
determine the
Okay, so then whoever,
TNT
yeah, so
champion.
they're going to determine the TNT champion at Forbidden Door. Okay, so, yeah, man, I'm still with the shits, man. Give me Jeff Cobb versus Samoa Joe if we can. You know what I'm saying? So, if we can get that as part of Forbidden Door, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. Jeff Cobb for the win in this match against Ishii.
I am with you there. But the only matchup that I think will be as hard-hitting or probably even more hard-hitting than Jeff Cobb versus Tomohiro Ishii, you got Shingo Takagi defending the Never Openweight Championship against his arch rival, Hanare. These two men battled over the King of Pro Wrestling Provisional Championship in 2023, including one of Dave Meltzer's vaunted 5 stars, including 5.25 stars that they got in Kurgan Hall for one of the KOPW Championship matches. Hanare has defeated Shingo in the past in the New Japan Cup last year. This match right here, they have been previewing it on all the Best of Super Junior shows over the last week, and they've been tearing it up, just hard-hitting violence like we love from the Never Openweight division. Who wins here? Is it Hanare's time or Shingo's run continue?
Somebody's got to give me the deets on this. How many times? What's Shingo's record on defenses with the Never Openweight Championship?
Well, he had the Gabe Kid matchup at Dunsaku. He had Uemura at Resurgence. Right. He won. I believe he won it at Sakura Genesis from Evil.
Yeah.
And so he's had two or three defenses. So
2 or 3 defenses.
Yeah. And he's about to. I think with this defense, he's gonna tie Hiroki Goto for the most title defenses as Never Openweight champion.
Yeah. So even though I think this will probably be the match, the one of the matches of the night, I'm going with Shingo. I'm going with the greatest IWGP World Heavyweight Champion to exist. I want bigger and better things for Hanare. Not the time just yet. Shingo for the win.
You know what? I think it is Hanare's time. Even though I really want with all my heart Shingo Takagi to be the Never Openweight champion at Forbidden Door, only because I think he is the reason why they've been giving Claudio Castagnoli these great showings in the Casino Gauntlet, and him getting the win over Johnny TV and getting singles victories over on Collision. I think they're building him up so he gets a shot at a New Japan title, and the perfect title for him to get the shot at is the Never Openweight Championship against Shingo Takagi, because Shingo versus Claudio, that sounds finger-licking good. I would love to see that so much at Forbidden Door with the card that they already got, with Ospreay versus Swerve and Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa, Mercedes versus Stephanie Bakera. You add that to the mix and a ladder match. They already sold me. I will buy the pay-per-view right from here in the UK. But I think it is Hanare's time. I think that Hanare, he had the very dangerous injury that he suffered in the dog pound steel cage matchup. And I think that this is all leading to a battle of openweight champions between Hanare and Gabe Kidd to settle the score that they started in Kurgan Hall earlier this year, the no contest. You got to follow that up and have both men as openweight champions later this year for a title versus title match.
We shall see. We shall see. Here's a question, and a real one. Will Gabe Kidd be at Forbidden Door, SP3?
I mean, if Gabe Kidd is at Forbidden Door, the perfect person for him to face is MJF, because they both shit on each other's companies.
Oh man! Shout out to the homies over at Rest Things. They did an interview with Gabe Kidd. It should be up on the tube for folks to to do it. Shouts to NK and the gang. They did their interview with Gabe Kidd yesterday, I believe, and it should be up sometime soon. So just wanted to shout that out. But Gabe Kidd versus MJF. Oh my god!
Just think about the promos, dog. Come on, the promos.
Oh my god!
It would be the best on the mic. That's the best New Japan versus AEW matchup on the mic.
Oh man. Yeah.
Dustman says, again, if God can bless this company, Hanare wins the Never title, then Gabe versus Hanare at Wrestle Kingdom in a unification matchup.
Sure.
Could happen.
Why not?
Could happen.
Could happen.
So we got our first difference of opinion. You're going with Shingo.
Mhm.
I'm going with Hanare for the Never Openweight Championship. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to have a disagreement on this next one.
Oh yeah.
For the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, it will be a lumberjack death match. It's going to be Evil challenging Jon Moxley for the gold. Of course, Evil will have House of Torture as his lumberjacks, and Jon Moxley revealed earlier today at the Best of Super Junior semifinals, it will be Shoto Aminu and the third generation, Tiger Mask, Yuji Nagata, Tenzan, and Toge Makabe will be his lumberjacks for this lumberjack death match. Who gets the win here? Let me guess.
Well,
Go ahead, J-News.
so in all honesty, right? This lumberjack match, when I saw the announcement this morning that the lumberjacks on Mox's side were going to be the third generation, I said to myself, what happened here? Right? And the reason as to why I ask what happened here, if folks aren't aware of this throughout New Japan history, right? This is J-News' take. It's not a hot take. It's not anything horrible. But the third generation is the weakest of the generations. I'm not a big fan of that generation. So for me, for the third generation to be the lumberjacks for Moxley, I thought was a bad decision. That's just my take. I just thought it was a bad decision. With all that being said, I still expect Jon Moxley to come out the victor in this match. He will win this match. He will wipe the floor with Evil and his moppy ass hair and his ridiculous ass antics. I expect that to be the outcome of this match. Now, as per what happens with the lumberjacks, who knows? Who knows? But I think we're going to get some sort of something's going to happen with Shooter during this match that we might not expect on the outside. And it might cause either some derailment or momentum for Shooter into the G1, creating a certain narrative for Shooter. That's all I got for this. But Jon Moxley wins the match though.
I think they have already been starting the process of establishing Shooter as a stronger babyface and a stronger contender to win the G1. Like earlier today during the semifinals, he dominated House of Torture at the end. Like he hit Ren Narita tried to come in with the handlebar. He just turns around, hits a Death Rider on him, and then turned around, hit the Death Rider on Dick Togo to pick up the victory. So he looks like he's moved past the point of House of Torture being this big obstacle for him, and they're starting to kind of rev him up, make him look stronger as a babyface that can take down all these goofy ass clown car heels. So I think that they're starting the process already. He is my favorite to win this year's G1. But yes, I think that this is a foregone conclusion. Jon Moxley for the win.
So Alex Powell says here, Evil is teaming with Okada and the EVPs for their match in a multi-tag match at Forbidden Door. If that happens,
Don't do that, Skip.
I will not buy that pay-per-view. Just not doing it. Just because Evil's on Forbidden Door Not buying it. That to me would be just no, absolutely not. Evil and Okada can't be on the same team. What are we talking about here, folks? What are we talking about? We can't have that. That's just not happening. It's not happening. It's just not happening.
Honestly, I'm much rather this Shooter get his revenge on Evil and win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and Wrestle Kingdom main event than see Evil team up with the Elite.
Yeah.
That would bury the Elite.
It really would. It really would. It really would.
This is true. This is true. The CEO dance is making Shooter a stronger babyface to me. I agree.
It's going wild. Will Ospreay has started a goddamn epidemic with his Mercedes Money dance thing. So we'll see.
I love the first one that he does online. He's like, "Ooh, I feel sexy."
Oh man. No. What was I gonna say? Alex, no, it makes complete sense that we know that Evil has his connection to Jack Perry. I'm just saying, for all intents and purposes, if Evil is part of that team, they're just dragging the entire EVP and Elite stable down. You can't do that. You can't have Evil on Forbidden Door with the Elite. It just no. And Okada would never have that happen. Okada will never have that happen. Absolutely not.
Yes. Okay. My daughter gave her opinion, and she thinks that Evil's gonna lose.
There you go.
She agrees.
There you go.
She agrees.
Absolutely.
She agrees, y'all. All right, and then finally the main event, because Moxley and Evil, they graciously gave up the main event. It wasn't because that's not a main event matchup. No, it's not that. It's they graciously gave up the main event because we have the biggest Best of Super Juniors finals ever, as it will headline Dominion in Osaka-jo Hall. The winners of the B block and A block will do battle, as we are going to get El Desperado one-on-one with Taiji Ishimori. Ishimori picked up the win over TJP in a terrific matchup earlier today, while El Desperado overcame his former Suzuki-gun stablemate Joki in the main event to move on to the finals of the Best of Super Junior tournament once again. Can El Desperado finally win the Best of Super Juniors tournament? And Taiji Ishimori, the guy that has had one of the best records of anyone that has never won a Best of Super Juniors tournament, can he come back from injury to win this year's tournament? Two really good candidates to win, two of the mainstays of the junior heavyweight division, not named Hiromu Takahashi, doing battle in this final. What do you think about these two guys being in the final? And then who do you think wins, James?
They should tear it up, man. I feel like this match is going to be an amazing Super Junior final. Every time I look at Taiji Ishimori, I say to myself, I understand he's older. I understand he's all buff, but there's always countless clips and videos of him in his early years that come on online. And I say to myself, what happened to that guy? What happened to that guy? Where is that guy? I want to see that guy. Gold, freaking UFO gold pants on and shit, flying all over the ring and shit, man, just doing all types of crazy shit. But I think that the match should be a fantastic match. If you know us here on True Heel Heat, Desperado for the win, brother. It just there can't be anyone else to be picked here, at least for me. Despy for the win. Despy needs. I don't think Taiji Ishimori needs to win, but I feel like from a story specific standpoint, where Despy's been, how it's come along, all the championship wins, all the drama, all the different stories that have built up. This would be the icing on the cake. El Desperado finally winning the Best of Super Juniors tournament. And I'm here for it. El Desperado for the win. This should be a fantastic match. Unfortunate for Hiromu Takahashi to not get a main event at a pay-per-view, at a big show as a junior during the chase, but no one better than Desperado. to hopefully get the win here for the Best of Super Juniors tournament. So I'm going with Despy for this one, but this one should be a classic for us to watch.
I agree. I think these guys are going to have one of their best matches ever. Probably both guys' best match that wasn't against Hiromu Takahashi. I think that's going to be the key for this matchup for both of them, because I would say both of their Best of Super Juniors finals performances in the past is their best matchups of their New Japan run. Taiji Ishimori against Hiromu back in 2018, and then El Desperado against Hiromu in 2020. I would say those are both of those guys' best matches. And now they're back in the finals. No Hiromu to be found. I think they're going to tear it up here. But I agree with the big man dogs. I agree with you. I agree with Dustin. It is Despy's time. He wasn't my pick for this year's tournament. He was my pick for last year's tournament. And I felt let down by the fact he didn't make it to the finals at least. I thought that Speedball versus Despy should have been the final last year. But that final was great with Watto and Teton. I think this final has the potential to be even better. But I'm gonna go with El Desperado for the victory. And I think he will go on to defeat Sho for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship and get his title back.
As he should. As he should. Show is a complete clown show. Pun intended. Let's take that damn strap off of Show. There's no reason for it. No, none at all whatsoever at this point. Never put any gold on any of the members of the House of Torture. Period. That's it. That's all I got.
That is fair. That is fair for sure. We got in the chat Big Man Dogs who says Cactus Jack Thunder Liger for the win. He said that the other day on I think it was on AE Rebel. He said El Desperado is a mix of Jushin Thunder Liger and Mick Foley, and I was like, that's actually accurate. That's actually accurate. Alex Powell, we've been begging Sanaa, we've been begging for this matchup for 2 years now. When are they going to give us Hiromu Takahashi versus Darby Allin?
When Darby Allin gets run over by a car and he walks down the aisle of an AEW show.
You shouldn't say things like that because it just might happen.
That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. That is more likely to happen than a man getting struck by lightning 2 times, and that happened to Ric Flair. So at the end of the day, that's where we're at.
Also accurate. Dustin in the chat, he says, before this ends, who do you think will be the surprise participants in the G1? I'll give you one, and then I'll do one. I will go with Keno from Noah.
Interesting choice. You bring up Noah. I'll bring up AJPW. Kento Miyahara. Him and Tanahashi just tore the house down the other day. So why not? Why not? Why not?
Those are some good ones. Do you think I have a good question about the G1. Do you think Moxley will be back in the G1 this year?
If he's still champ, I feel like he should be. I'm not sure if he will be, but if he's still champ, I think he should be. Yeah.
I agree with you. I agree. If he's still champion, he should be in the G1. We got Chaco, our boy, Chaco Boy Sage saying Luke Jacobs in the G1, please. Wouldn't mind that. But there's only so many spots. You're gonna have the 3 Musketeers in there, regardless of how we feel about Ren Narita. You're gonna have Uemura. They're gonna have Great Okan. They're gonna have Jeff Cobb.
Sure.
Zack Sabre Jr., of course. Tetsuya Naito. Shingo Takagi. Hanare is probably going to be back in there. Gabe Kidd. David Finlay. That's already 12 spots. If we're doing the 20-person one, you're going to have the usuals of your Tanahashis, your Hiroki Gotos, your Yoshihashis, your ELPs, your Hikuleos. So that's already what 17 spots. 17 spots already put up, and their dumbass is gonna put Kenta and Chase Owens in that shit. So
God damn. But somebody's got to no Chase. If you're putting Chase Owens there, then Chase Owens taking all the losses, which leaves Yujiro out. So then who gets the final spot in the G1?
Toriano, of course, it's always Yano. So I doubt they're gonna go back though. I don't think they're gonna do the best of Super Juniors of the 20 participants. I think they're gonna stay on this 32-man G1. That's the also. I don't know if I agree with it or not, but it is what it is. Nutty. I don't see any juniors, any guys that were in the junior tournament.
I don't see that
the only person, the most likely person to be in this year's junior tournament and then be in the G1 is probably TJP. Because they made a big deal about that.
Yeah, sure, but then if they're going 32, then we have more room, obviously. But man, there's too many different guys that can be a part of this whole hodgepodge of what's going on in the G1. If the AEW guys who faced off with Mox weren't all like, if it wasn't Takeshita, Takeshita's not going to be in the G1 because he's a DDT guy. Hobbs is still injured or whatever the case is. So I would have put them in, being that they took on Mox just for the sake of. But you're going to have an AEW guy in there that's not Mox, right? And
I don't even know. I think Mox might be the only representation from AEW.
No Murder Hawk Monster this year?
Maybe he gets the call because Eddie's out.
True. There you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I think somebody brought. I thought RPGs thought that Danielson should do the G1 before retiring. I'm not sure Daniel's going to want to do that. To be honest, but we'll see.
I don't think Danielson wants to risk missing Wembley. That's a risk. Yeah, being in the G1 is a risk to him showing up at Wembley Stadium. Alex Paul with a good one with Claudio is the one I see happening the most, or Moxley. Yeah, I would say Claudio's a good choice as well. He is a good choice
for sure.
But that is all for our predictions for NJPW Dominion 2024. I want to thank J-News for joining me today and dealing with my fucking beans for breakfast, fucking Wi-Fi here. I appreciate you holding down the fort. A couple of times I had to move the modem. That didn't help at all. And I apologize to anyone for my picture and distorted vision here. It's really bad. I see it on my end on a second screen. But J-News, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media when they'll see you again. And are we doing the review of this show next Monday?
We should. Absolutely. You heard it here first, folks. We booked it. We booked it ahead of time. We're not going to tear up the script and rewrite it. We'll be back here next Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to review Dominion, which happens on June 9th, which is this coming Sunday. You can always check me out on the Twitter machine at JohnLYFNMG, your friendly neighborhood moviegoer. Got some new reviews in the pipeline coming. Written, be on Letterboxd. I'm coming to Rotten Tomatoes near you. Yeah, son, I'm running that shit up too.
Hey, let's go.
So we're doing that, and so look out for that, folks. Yeah, also catch me on Instagram, same handles and all that jazz. So we'll be back next Monday. Hopefully, Sanal will be able to join us for the review next Monday, and yeah, the whole team should be in line and ready to go.
We gotta talk about maybe bringing you over to True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, because I might try my best to see if my missus will give me the opportunity to go to the movies here and go see Bad Boys. Or maybe we can talk about that over on Sports and Entertainment channel. Because I love Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys 3 may have been the best Bad Boys. If anyone did not watch it, it may have been the best Bad Boys. Even though I'm not too enthused about this one, I feel like this one feels more like Toy Story 4. It feels like it shit. Like Toy Story 4 was good.
It was good.
I'm not saying it was bad. It was really good, but it was not needed.
Right.
That's the thing. Like when you have a third one that's that good, you kind of want to end it on that one.
Sure.
But I would say that Bad Boys 3 gave more of an opening for another movie more than Toy Story 3. So I'll give them that.
Yeah. I'll give you that. I'm gonna watch Bad Boys over the weekend, so that's something we should be able to chop up about. So yeah.
So until then, follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The True Hill Heat Prediction Championship will be back later this year, as well as the best way to support us with $3 a month. It was when we are not live here is over there at Patreon. Also get your True Hill Heat merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com, ForYourWear.com, where you can get all your True Hill merch, and check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like Collision Discourse number 32 with myself and Sober Guy JJ reviewing this week's AEW Collision. You can also check out the flagship podcast, True Hill Heat 279, with myself, the True Josh, and special guest Stat Niangi, talking about this week in professional wrestling from everywhere, from AEW Double or Nothing throughout the week, with WWE contracts expiring, Adam Copeland's injury, MJF's return, and much, much more. So check that out as well. But until next time, hopefully next time, my Wi-Fi issues will be solved. I'm going to do a sign of the cross right now for it. For J-News, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our NJPW Dominion 2024 preview. We are signing off until next time. Later, y'all.